Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and welcome you all to photojournalism course. This course has a course code of GMC 422. This is lecture number 5 and in this lecture we are going to discuss caption writing techniques. I'm Anwar Khan, a lecturer journalism and mass communication department, Cohort University of Science and Technology. Outline of today's presentation, let's have a look at it. First of all, we are going to define the very concept of caption. We will elaborate caption, that what does caption mean. So in the part 1 we are going to define it. Then in the part 2 we are going to discuss various reasons associated with caption writing, and we will discuss that why is it necessary to write a caption with a photograph, right? And then in the third part, we are going to discuss numerous techniques of caption writing. And it will be a practical exercise, a practical activity it will be. And I wish if the university was open, the classes were regular, we would have discussed it in the class. And because it is a practical exercise, but I hope that it will be easy to cover with the help of this recording as well. And then finally, we are going to discuss caption in the 21st century, and we are going to discuss that when the technology has advanced and technology has revolutionized everything, then why is it necessary only to limit the concept of caption with the media industry, right? So these are four of the concepts that we are going to discuss in our today's session. So let's discuss that what is photo caption. A few lines of text used to explain and elaborate a published photograph. So it means that a caption is a few lines of text, and the purpose of this text is that it will explain and elaborate a photograph, right? So the purpose of the caption is that it makes the photograph easy and understandable for the readers. Take the example of this very photograph, and the line which is given is this one. I mean, this is the line, and this line basically explains this very photograph in a more better way, because I hope that everyone in Pakistan know both these personalities, President of Pakistan and the Chief of Army Staff. But for example, if anyone, any foreigner who sees this very photograph, he may not be able to understand who they are. Okay, so the caption basically it makes the picture easy and understandable for the readers. Then we say captions are like headlines summarizing the whole picture and is placed under a photograph. So captions act like headlines, and the whole of the activities, the whole of the information which is given in the photograph is summarized by the caption. It means that the all the activities or the information or the data which is given in the picture is summarized by the caption. It is a responsibility of the caption to summarize the whole of the picture, and the location or the position of the caption is that it will be under a photograph. It means that you cannot find it over here or to the left or to the right of the picture. It will always be under a picture. So we came to know that a caption is a few lines of text, and the purpose of the caption is that it explains and elaborate photographs. So this slide will explain the various reasons of why we have or why we write a caption with a photograph. What are the possible reasons of writing a caption for a photograph? So the very first reason is caption helps to make more sense of a photograph. Okay, look at the example. This is the example, and the caption written is people walk past a shop with posters lobbying the Irish government to relax the COVID-19 lockdown restrictions and allow them to reopen on Sunday. So what happened that we know that this line is a caption, and this line basically explains this very photograph in a more better way, so that anyone sees this very picture, he or she will have more comprehensive idea about this very picture. Let's suppose that we omit or remove this very caption or few lines, right? And then what happened that, and we present this very picture to the readers. So what happened that everyone will be explaining this very picture from their own perspective. It is possible that some of the people say that citizens came out for shopping on a sunny day. Some of the people will say, I mean, give their own some other opinions. some other people will give some other opinions. But what happens that the actual sense or message of the photograph will not be captured, right, or will not be given. So with the help of this line or caption, it gives this picture makes more sense, and it is easy for the readers to understand this very picture very easily. Then we say caption compels the readers to read the whole story. Yes, it is quite true, because this picture is taken from the story, and whenever this is a human psychology that first of all we see the picture, and with the picture we see the caption. And if the caption is compelling and so powerful that it forces us to read the whole story, so because of the picture we read the caption, and because of the caption we read the whole story. And we know that in the 21st century everyone is busy, they do not have so much time to read the whole story, but it might be possible that because of the picture and then because of the caption we read the whole story. Then caption acts like headlines. Yes, this is quite true, because caption summarizes the whole of the photograph, whole of the information which this picture has, all the purpose or the message of this picture has been summarized by this very headline. One line, 1.5 line, 2 line. The caption basically summarizes the whole of the message which we see or find in the photograph. So what are the techniques of writing a caption for a photo? How we can write beautiful captions for photographs? So this slide will tell us every photo caption has three parts. I mean, if you are writing a caption for your photograph, so it will have three parts. This one, part one, part two, and part three. In the part one, you are going to answer who, what, when, and where. These are the four questions that you will answer in the first part. Then in the second part you will answer of the why question, or you will give the message in your caption. And then in the third part you will give the credit line or the release line. So these three parts come together and make a caption of a photograph. So let's discuss each of the component or each of the part in detail. So let's start with the caption writing techniques, and surely you will be excited to know the techniques of writing captions for your photographs. And this slides and this presentation will enable you to write captions for your own photographs that you are taking your photos. So as I told you in the previous slide, that a photo caption can be divided into three parts: first part, second part, and third part. This is the very first part, and this part is a combination of who, what, when, and where. Who means, I mean, our caption starts with who, and who means that who can be seen in the picture. It means that the subjects, right? Uh, what are the subjects, or whom are the subjects? How many people are there in the picture? Whom can be seen in the photograph? And we are going to write their names if possible, because all the names of all the subjects cannot be written down. Similarly, the designations and the titles of all the subjects cannot be written down. So we are going to look for the prominent one and for the important one, right? So we start our caption with the subjects in the picture who can be seen in the picture. Then we say that what our subject is doing, right? So it will be the answer of what question. Then we will have when the activity or incident is taking place, and where it is taking place, right? So these are the four questions that we will answer, and we will start with it. So look at this very picture and look at the caption of this very picture. And this is it says that forensic experts and police officers. So these are our subjects. Gather evidence. It is what, from a street. This is where, on Sunday, and this is basically the time. So this I mean the very first line, and we come to know that our caption basically starts with the answering to these four questions, right? So the second part of the caption begins with the answering to the why question, right? So in the part one, you are answering who, what, when, and where, and in the second part, we are answering or searching the answer to question why. We will search, we will give the message. that what is the reason that the action or the activity is taking place, right? We will search for the significance behind the action in the photo. Look at this photo and look at the caption that these people are standing, right? And they are standing because of the fact that a series of stabbing that left one person dead and at least uh, two other critically injured. So this is basically the message that because of this very uh, incident, they are over here. They have closed the road and they are asking the passengers to take alternative routes. So basically, this is our why in the message. So our why or message in the picture will come soon after the very first portion, and the very first portion, as I narrated, that it is who, what, when, and where, right? So it will come in the beginning, and the why or the message will come soon after the first part. So the third part of caption is basically credit and release line, and with it you will end your caption. So in this picture, or we can say that in this caption, we have AFP, Associated France Press. This is basically our credit line, and with it our caption ends. And basically up to here we have given the answer of who, what, when, and where, and we also give the answer of the why question. And from here to here we are providing the context. If even if you remove this will line from over here to the end, it will again will be okay, right? Because this one is the context or the background. If you are adding, it will give more information to the audience, and with it um, your caption will end. So it means that our caption is a one line or one and a half line or two line caption. And if you are giving a lengthy caption, so what we do is that we try to avoid long captions, right? We give long captions at that time when it is very very important incident has taken place. So look at some of the examples and it will enable you to understand how captions work. Look at this example as we have discussed this for example. This is the caption, and this caption basically says people walk past a shop with posters lobbying the Irish government to relax the COVID-19 lockdown restrictions and allow them to reopen on Sunday. So this very caption basically explains this very photograph, and without this caption, the audience or the readers, they will not be able to guess the true sense or to capture the true sense or meaning of this very picture. And as we narrated in the previous slide, that everyone will be explaining this very picture from their own perspective, from their own field of experience, right? So it will be very wrong because the very message or the message in the picture will not be captured. So look at another example, and it will make you more understand about the caption. And look at this very caption, and we just studied that the caption starts with the question, answering to question who, and who can be seen in the picture. We see that uh, Chief of Army Staff General Kamar Javed Bajwa can be seen in the picture. And what the subject is doing, the subject is giving away a award, right? And when the activity has taken place, the activity has taken place on Sunday, and we have the Defense Day. I mean, why the activity has is taking place? The activity is taking place just because of the Defense Day. So it means that this caption is again answering to all the questions we just studied in the previous slide. Look at this example. We have discussed this very picture, and the caption of this very picture we have already discussed it, that Chief of Army Staff General Kamar Javed Bajwa calls on President Arif Alwi Sunday. So this is a very simple and one line caption which has been given, right? And the location is also given Islamabad. So sometimes we know that caption can be in a single line, it can be in two lines, one and a half line, it can be in three lines. But what happened that we try keep our caption very simple. Look at this example. So we came to know that a caption explains the picture. So it is quite true, because if we hide this very caption, or if we remove this very caption from this very photograph, then we will not be able to judge the true essence or the true meaning of the picture. At least we will come to know that there is some demonstration going on or some gathering is going on, and someone is addressing these people, but the true meaning and the message we will not be able to capture it. So it is this caption actually which helps us to understand. And again, it starts with who. Jamaat Islami chief Senator Sirajul Haq addresses the Tahfuz Khatm Nabuwat public meeting at Khyber Bazar, the news photo, right? So again, it fulfills almost all the criteria that we just discussed. So some other examples of the caption, look at it and you will come to know that it is truly following the pattern that we just discussed. General Pervez Musharraf, President of Pakistan, addresses the audience at the Columbia University World Leadership Forum in New York on Friday, September 16, 2005. In town for the United Nations World Summit this week, several heads of state are speaking at the university. AP photo, John Smoke. So again, if you analyze this very photo, you will come to know that it is following the components that we just discussed, right? Look at another example, and this example is again, I mean, this caption again is following the same pattern. It can be divided into three parts, right? The first part, the second part, and the third part. So these are the techniques of caption writing. So there is a broad consensus that technology has revolutionized not only the media industry but also our everyday life, and it was truly coined by Marshall McLuhan in 1961 or 1963 when he wrote the book Understanding Media, when he coined the word global village. That this world, this globe, has become a global village. It has become so near to each other that we know people living at a very far distance, but we know them just because of this technology. And after writing the book Understanding Media, this book is very unique in the sense that he is using very short sentences full of valuable information. And one of the sentence which he uses, he says that media is the extension of the human senses. Then at that time, that was difficult to understand that what does he want to say, what does he want to explain. But now, living the 21st century, we are witnessing technological marvels, and now we understand that truly this media has become uh, an extension of the human senses, because we can speak to our brothers, sisters, cousins, colleagues, friends who are studying abroad very easily. And similarly, we can contact with our fellows, with friends through mobile phones, right? We can share the files, we can send them documents, photos, etc. So truly this media has become an extension of the human senses. So when we say that everything is revolutionized just because of this technology, and technology is because of the industrial revolution that took place in the I mean, in the England, Great Britain, in the US, in the Europe, and now we are passing through the different, or we have passed through different industrial revolutions. Now, what happened that this caption writing is not only limited to the media industry. I mean, it is not limited to the newspapers or magazines. And why should it be? Because when things are blurring, technology is blurring different boundaries. So why this caption has to be only limited to the media industry? Because people are having, many people in Pakistan and in the world, they are having mobiles, they are using, they are taking photos, they are I mean, they are capturing their memories, their histories, they are capturing, right? So they are writing something on their photos in order to tell the people that where the picture was taken, or how the situation was, or we can say that how they felt, right? Although we accept that the captions or the statements they write, they may not be journalistically right, fine, they may not be following the journalistic ethics, it is something else, but we do accept that they are writing sentences because this technology has enabled people that they are using different techniques of using text on their photos. And similarly, the positions of the text, it is changing tremendously because now the authority is in the hands of the customers, right? See these photos, this one, the first one, with a child, children reinvent your world for you. Right. So what will you call this one, this statement? Will you call it a text simply, or you will call it as a caption, right? So if you want to specify this caption with the media industry, then it's okay, it's fine. But because of this technology, as we have spoken, that the boundaries are limiting, has blurred, right? So what do you think about it, right? And similarly, look at this picture. What do you think about this one? Poverty is not being without money, but being without hope, right? So the main thing, the main point and purpose of this slide is that we should not stick to the traditional definitions of something, because things have evolved, things have developed, right? And that is the reason that I had this slide for you people. So this is the end of today's session. See you in the next lecture. Till that, Allah Hafiz.